Do you remember these days? Well, Pepperidge Farm remembers. Long gone are the days of cooking over a fire over necessity. This is where we were at with the kitchen last time. We did the drywall. Now we went ahead, painted it, did all that. So that should be the last of the overhead drywall for this sheet of the house. We finished all that. Start work on this floor. Brought that floor we had in the bathroom in. That nice Knight's Castle black floor with the black grout. Looking pretty solid. Super glad I chose big old pieces because these things go down pretty damn easy. Pretty nice. So then we start working on the sink holding device. Went ahead, took the router to it, gave itself a little lip so it could sit in there nice. This particular sink is a cast iron sink we found at Habitat for Humanity. Maddie had to have it, and I'm glad that that's the one she chose. Nice big old sink. I think it's got like some type of enamel on there. Personally, love it. Found out it's worth $1,000, so I was pretty happy to grab it. We got this oven, went ahead to the oven plug, had to clean it up a little bit, and it was using it, works pretty good. So next we went on, did our butcher block countertop. Stuff, you know, it's pretty pricey, but we worked it out pretty good. Went in and cut the hole in there, set it down there, and damn, it looks fire. So went ahead, routed the edges, made it nice and soft. Maddie took care of all the staining on this. You'll see that later in the video. But I think this whole thing actually turns out really freaking good at the end. So as you can see, this is how it turns out when it was done. Of course, Valentine's Day was during that time. Me and Maddie had a great time. Went to the fancy restaurant.
Here in the Ville.
Went and enjoyed it. And then back to work. So looks, feels good, makes it worth the while. Would you look at that? Perfect. Don't worry, we got that Sharpie mark out of there. But looks beautiful. On to the next part. We're gonna go ahead and add these sink fixtures. We went with this dude. Got to make sure you have that thing set right. So with that, we set all of our little deals on there. Got ourselves a little water spigot, the hose, a little soap dispenser. Living that classy life, that Miller High life, if you will. So with all of that done, this is about what it looks like at this point. Hung some deals, and then we had to get our water situation looking a little bit better. In the last video, I had started working on the well house a little bit more in depth. So at this point, what I'm doing is I'm going to go ahead and attach the well house to the house. So I permanently cut the temporary system off, and I moved it to the well house. This is the current state. It is definitely in a working state. Took that old pump, threw it into the pile, and we're going to start working on this thing now. I'm going to start putting stuff in conduit. And closing everything. At the end of this video, most of this, there's a lot of stuff on the ground, but that is what it is. It's a workspace. At this point, glad to have the excavator. Was able to get all that dirt moved out and moved back into place. Now it looks like, you know, no one was ever there. If the grass was there too, but in the springtime, it'll just be regular grass. So that should be the last time I have to dig that up. Hopefully. I put it at 2 feet. So for our frost line, that's going to be good. Got water coming in, looking pretty nice. So with all that, now it's time to move on to the fun stuff yet again. I had this situation happen to me. Try to do something nice. Put this little light in for her. She wanted this. We got it also at the Habitat. And broke her plate. Like a king. We got this stuff, our backer. Let me tell you, Maddie did pretty much all of this. I helped her, obviously. I made all the cuts. She pretty much put it all on. Let me tell you, after you got those bricks on the back, which let me tell you, they are real bricks. They're just cut really thin. Once you get on there, it really brought this kitchen together. Pretty happy with how that turned out. And then bing, bang, boom, did some trim, threw it on that window. Had a nice, easy breezy time. But alas, it was not complete at this point. So we went ahead and said, you know what, we need some more storage. So I started framing out what will eventually be our pantry, going under the stairs, use that space that we have, do something with it. I know our little seasoning rack here isn't going to do much for us. So also figured with this stove, having a suctioning device wasn't going to work at the height that I had. So we had to lower it and make this little, kitchen window pass through from a kitchen type situation. So we got that, lowered that, and this is what it looks like now. So what we have here, we got a little bit of things that we still need to do. Need to trim under the sink, need to do a little bit of trim on the walls, and then on the roof we're going to be doing that late 1800s 1900s floor or roof tiles, and those should be pretty badass. But let me tell you, got the chicken frying, things are going, this kitchen is workable.